Analogous to the vertical drilling, we have the buttons for horizontal drilling here. A horizontal drilling is carried out with a mouse click, and we can see here at the bottom left that a drilling is already shown here in the graphic. I can now fill this graphic out in detail in the right sidebar. We have it again. These new reference points where we can ultimately determine the corners from where the drilling is carried out here. I would select the bottom right here, then of course it also makes sense if we carry out the drilling here from the right side. Under the tools, we select the tools that are printed in bold because only tools printed in bold are taken into account in the CNC output. These tools printed in bold are then also present in the machine configuration here, whereas other milling cutters or tools can be created here, but not and assigned to the machine. Only tools printed in bold are also assigned to the machine and can also be used here. The tool type is post-processor specific information because you can use the tool types to define tools specifically for the machine in more detail. In the General tab, we have the opportunity to take conditions into account here. We also have the option if you move the mouse over it, then we see the syntax in brackets underlined where y is greater than g equals 500. So here you can execute how such a condition is structured. In the Technology tab, we have the cycle again where you can say how many steps a machining process will ultimately be carried out, so you can complete a machining process with several cycles. Then we also have the feed rate here, and this information then becomes machine specific also implemented because not every machine has exactly the same parameter, but the Elements post processor uses this parameters in order to carry out the implementation in the code correctly. Then we have this row of holes horizontally here too, with similar functions with the rotation tilt with the mirror options too. Here we again have the opportunity to act in the middle. For example, we have the grid width here. We can again enter margin, how much distance we want to have from the outside of the plate. We can then enter a starting value. And now we see that with a starting value of 60 from below on just according to the distance. And now we can see here again that we are working from the middle. We see that with the number of 3, that 3 holes are now made starting from the middle. Or 5 holes, and accordingly is of course here sensible starting value 0. You can of course also make 3 holes here from bottom to top. Then of course you start from the front here, and so you can make 20 millimeters starting value here again, then will it be moved here accordingly. So here it is always to see the setting in the context, that if we make a change here, then the reference should also change. You can, of course, make the distances here from above, and that is connected here. Yes, then we still have them here, Z positions. I can make the selection here again and see now that a distance can be made from the left, from example, or from the right, or from the middle. The middle is the default setting, and here you can vary the distances accordingly.